about the tips that you plan on sharing with us. Just tell us a little bit about Michelle. Just give us a snippet into the life of Michelle and what you do and what your mission is.
Okay, Dr. Michelle Moross. I'm a global speaker, executive speaking coach, author of multiple books, and host of a TV show and 2 podcasts. I talk about resilience. Basically, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Maya Angelou says it best. And what I do is I help people bring their message to the world. I'm very good at taking a very huge message and scrunching it down to 30 seconds so you can either say it in 30 seconds or say it over 4 days on a conference. But I'm a messenger.
Okay, so how do you help people deliver that message, though? I mean, that's kind of broad. So how do you help them?
I coach one-on-one, and then I also have a speaking event that I do twice a year called the Unapologetic Speaker Camp. And I basically run them through. I teach them how to get more comfortable on the stage and to share the true story they want to share, the message they really want to share, the one they're avoiding because they think people aren't going to like it, that kind of thing. Because I believe we all have a mission on this planet, and we all have something that's very key to only us. And I bring that out of whatever story they tell me. I hear the real one, and I bring that one out instead.
So do you help them sing their message to the world? We've heard
figuratively for them, yes. Literally for me, yes.
Okay, so how do you help them dig deep and find that message, though? How do you steer them in the right direction? Because everybody doesn't have the voice that you have that we've got to hear. Just saying.
Well, I don't make everybody sing, but we all do have our song. And so what I do is I let them go and speak the way they want to speak. And as they're speaking, I say, stop. At this word, you paused and you said it with a different kind of inflection. Why? And then they do, oh, because this and this and this and this. Okay, now why? This and this. Okay, now say it this way. Now do it again. Go. And they'll do it again. And what I do is it's kind of like a fishing. It's a put the bait out, pull them back in, put the bait out, pull them back in. And what happens is the words naturally come out of them as it's truly supposed to, instead of what their brain says, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be, and this is how everyone else is saying it. I pull them out of that box gently, but directly.
Okay. So you get them out of that box that we often find ourselves in?
Yes, because I don't believe in boxes.
You don't? Not at all?
No.
Not even gift boxes?
Little boxes.
Come on now. I love a good
little boxes have great presents. Yeah.
So you help them break down those walls, huh?
Yeah, break down the walls of what they perceive the world is looking for, because I believe we come in with a perception of what we think the world wants from us, and what the world really needs from us is our heart.
That's what I'm talking about, Michelle. Giving that heart. Dr. Lewis, do you have anything you want to chime in on with Michelle? I mean, we've heard her at her high level. So is there anything that you want to chime in about Michelle? I know she hears me. She's got to unmute herself. So give her a minute to find that button. You can't find the button? Come on. It's in the same place it was last week. I promise you we didn't move it. We did not move the unmute button. You got it? Did you? Okay.
Can you hear?
Now we can hear you. Yes.
I'm just so excited to have Michelle here.
Well, thank you.
I had a question for you, Michelle.
Sure.
When you talked about resiliency, how would you teach the other women that are listening in to become more resilient? And what does increasing resilience do for you?
Increasing resilience gives you the power to be you. And I think that's what the issue is people keep looking for an answer for resilience. We all have it. We're born with it. We come out of our mothers with resilience. I mean, if we didn't, we wouldn't come out. And we learn how to walk because of resilience. We fall, we get up, we fall, we get up. And what I do is I share with those who are trying to find their resilience how many times they've fallen and the gift in the fall when they get back up, the lesson in it, and how to reapply it to new situations that they may or may not come face to face with again.
Does anyone else have any questions for our dear, sweet Dr. Michelle?
I do.
Anyone?
I do.
Anyone?
Are you ready?
Okay.
What is your favorite song to sing?
At Last
I know.
Eddie, by Eddie.
But you know, my favorite song is that you sing is Smile.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile. Yes, I know you like that song.
That's an iPhone drop.
It's not even a singing mic. That's not fair. Thank you, Frederick. Dr. Lee, no question for me? I got put on a hot seat.
What about At Last? Michelle, what about At Last?
That is my ultimate favorite song to sing.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Okay. Spotlight on Michelle. Last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. And life is like a song. At last, you need to go to Dubai and hear me, because I'm gonna sing the full song there.
Amazing, amazing. Great, great. Thank you so much.
You're
Wow,
welcome.
so
Thanks for having
It's
me.
been a pleasure meeting you and just a joy being in your spirit. It's been so awesome. And I know that you have a lot of great things that you want to share with our guests. So anything that you feel that you want to share with our guests, not just the ones you see on the screen, but the ones that you can't see on the screen. So if you were going to tell them one thing, just one nugget, and you only had one opportunity to drop it, what would you drop on them right now that you feel would change their lives?
Change is an emotional journey. It is not rainbows and butterflies and a field of daisies. It is not going to come to you easy. Change is what makes us see who we are, and what we're made of. So if you're uncomfortable, great. If you're experiencing change, great. Embrace it. Find who you are and show up the best version of you unapologetically.
Okay, everybody, you heard it here. Show up unapologetically. The true essence of who you are and who you were meant to be. Directly from Michelle. Dr. Lewis, I'm passing the mic back to you. What's next?
All right. Our next person, we're going to hear Ken. We're going to hear Ken for about 10, 15 minutes. I'm waiting on Keely. I see you, Keely, but some other people specifically want to hear you. So I'm giving them a few minutes.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready? At last. Oh,
No.
Ken, no, Ken. That wasn't what we were asking. Can we table that, Ken?
That was pretty good. That's pretty good. I think you should continue, Sarah. That was pretty good.
I need the words. I need practice. But I have a radio voice. I don't know if I have a singing voice. So So Dr. Lee, I have to say that I wrote a lot of people and said, we're coming to Atlanta. We want to amplify goodness. We have a Keep Smiling movement. And you were one of the few that said, I have an event. I can't make it to yours, but come to mine. And I'm here, and Michelle is here, Dr. Mraz is here, because of your hospitality, your open arms, and just the fact that you really believe in leadership. You actually cultivate it, you magnetize it, you grow it. And I just want to thank you for that. It's amazing. Now I'll go back to singing.
What do you do, Dr. Ken?
Well, the back of our cards say, this is the front, and the back says, we amplify goodness. And, amplifying goodness is actually a filter for who are you working with? Who are you believing in? Who are you promoting? Who are you making your life journey a part of? And that's why I say that big compliment to you, Dr. Lee, is that I decided to bring Dr. Mraz to your event, and an Uber from Atlanta airport to your event was a little bit of change. Okay. And I say that from a standpoint that value is always how much it costs, but how much you actually get from what you pay. And I was just so elated to have Michelle show up and sing and have all the people realize the power of her voice. I am actually just a person that markets people's messages through books. So we have something called Perfect Publishing. And Michelle, do you have your book handy by any chance? Good. So this book called Hold My Crown was probably my 450th book. I mean, we've done 500 books. And I have to say, when you go the journey and you never quit, you will meet the right person every time. That's the point. And so I met this lovely lady. She won a contest of the Ultimate Speaker Contest. And I said, you'll win. And she says, how do you know? I said, I've seen a lot of speakers. And she won. And when she found out that I did publishing, I said, it's not the publishing, it's the marketing. And if you don't market what you're doing in the world, you are just content. But when you market what you're doing in the world, you are impact. And so our slogan is really, who are you impacting? Not just the legacy of who you are, but how are you impacting that legacy in the world? And so I love to have inspiring people. I have to say, the people you've brought into this call, the commonality is smile. When Michelle sang, everyone smiled. When we have actually celebrated each other, we have smiled. And that is our way of saying we are joy, we are collaborative, we are accepting, and we are willing to do whatever it takes to make our life matter. And it's just such a beautiful way of saying, I love life. So I'm excited to be here. Dr. Lee, when you invited me and then you invited me this, I changed my plans for tonight because I wanted to be here to say, I celebrate you. You're just Michelle gave me the best news ever. She said, I've been invited to Dubai. And I said, congratulations, because you need to be a world speaker. You need to be someone that actually shows up in the world that says there is hope. There are people that don't know that they are powerful. And I think that Michelle, with her story, actually is the ultimate story of no matter what you got dealt, you can actually be powerful. So I am a storyteller. I mean, I should say I'm not the storyteller. I'm the story amplifier. And there are so many people that have really horrible experiences with publishing. How many of you know an author that had a book and they said, I'll never do another book, or they never did another book. They didn't tell you, they just never did it. And the reason why is it wasn't them. It wasn't their story. It was that they didn't have the right amplifier. They didn't have the right marketing system. They didn't have the right campaign. They didn't have the right person that said, you know what, this is a crazy thing, but we're going to go in an Uber and we're going to spend $200 to go out and all the way back to our event because we care about the person that's actually cultivating hope, leadership, life. And most people don't know that life is a choice. Life is a choice of how you live it. Life is a choice of how you live it better. And life is a choice of how you impact the world. And those levels cause people to actually say, wow, it is the most amazing gift God gave me, is to know my power, that I can actually make a difference in the world. Crazy. So I'm not going to sing, but I want to commend Miss O'Neill for great questions, great ad lib, and causing Michelle to actually show who she is.
Thank you. But with Michelle,